everyone. Welcome to another episode of my podcast, Banter with Brooke. I'm your host, Brooke Podcast, and this episode I'm super excited about. I have come up with a list of 12 things to help you live a more positive life. I feel like this year, less than a year, maybe the past 8 months, I've done so much self-reflecting and I've had so much self-growth. This time last year, I was very anxious, very unhappy, and I feel like I've just done a complete mindset switch, and now I am literally so happy, probably the happiest I've ever been in my entire life. And I mean, everyone has bad days, they're completely normal, but I honestly haven't had one in a really long time. And I think this list of things will help you guys also change your mindset to be a little bit more positive. I know everyone has struggles that they go through throughout their life, including me. And I think a lot of things you can implement into your life will help distract you from those struggles or make those struggles seem a little less severe. So, sorry for my dogs barking again, if you can hear that. But let's just get right into what is on the list for you guys. So, the first thing I have is affirmations and positive talk. I truly believe this is one of the more important things on the list, at least for me. Literally, I believe so much that what you put out into the universe is the energy that you will get back. So if you're sitting there all the time saying, oh, I'm so bored, oh, I'm so sad, oh, I'm so lonely, oh, I'm so poor, whatever negative things you keep saying about yourself, that will then manifest into your reality. So the more you say, I'm so awesome, I'm so great, I'm so loved, you tell yourself those positive things, the more positive things you will start to receive back. And I feel like this has been one of the main reasons why my mindset is so positive now, because I started implementing some affirmations and positive self-talk to myself every day. Even if I don't get to do it every day, it really is helpful just to think about it. You can just say them to yourself while you're driving, while you're in your car. You can say them to yourself in the mirror while you're getting ready in the morning. Anytime you think about it, you can just think it, say it out loud, and it really does make a difference. Some of my favorite affirmations are everything is working out for me. Another one I really like is everything that I want and desire will come to me because it already belongs to me and it desires me more. Another thing I like to say to myself is that I am one with the universe and I am one with nature and I love the universe. Another affirmation I like to say is I accept positive energy and abundance into all areas of my life. Those are just a couple, and you can obviously make your own, say whatever tailors to you and your situation, but just saying those positive things and thinking them really does help. The more you think positive things, the more you will start to think more positive things. The more negative things you think, the more negative thoughts will keep coming to you. And I truly, like I said already, believe that what you put out there is what you'll get back. So the more you think and say positive things out loud, you will see positive things start to happen to you in your life. So the second thing I have on my list is eliminating the negatives. And this is way easier said than done. And I know there's a lot of negatives in people's lives, including mine, that are out of your control. So you can't obviously eliminate things that you have no control over. But the negatives you do have control over, definitely try to eliminate. If you have a friendship that is dragging you down or making you miserable or just making fun of you or giving you like little digs that are just bringing you down, get rid of those friendships, get them out of your life. That is something that you can control and eliminate. Unhealthy habits that you have that you know are self-destructive and are harming you and aren't doing you any good, eliminate those the best you can. Obviously, some people have addictions, and that's a whole other thing, and you can try and get help and do what you can with that. But just anything that is in your control that is negative, try to eliminate the best you can. I feel like I have eliminated a lot of friendships, not even for anything personal about them. We just don't connect anymore, and our morals aren't the same, and my personality isn't the same. And just if you feel not connected, and always trust your gut and your intuition. Like if you feel that something is not right, then you just have to eliminate that and get that out of your life, no matter how hard it may seem. Because trust me, I am finally realizing this now at 20 years old. All throughout high school, I was so much of a people pleaser. I would do anything and everything for other people, and I had no self-respect, and I didn't do anything for myself. I only lived for other people and pleasing other people. So now that I can step back and realize that that's not right, I have eliminated those toxic people and things in my life and toxic habits that I used to do. And I feel like that has made a huge, huge difference. And along with eliminating the negatives, you should add positives, just little things like the affirmations or just things that make you happy. Implement those into your life. Obviously, if you have a full booked day with things you don't want to do, you still have to get the things done that you don't necessarily want to do. But whenever you can, sorry, I have a little bit of a stuffy nose, but whenever you can, just implement those positives and eliminate the negatives, because that is also a thing that I've done that has helped me shift my mindset completely. Okay, the third thing on the list is probably another one of the more important ones. I might say that about every single one, but self-discipline and making goals for yourself. This one is huge. I feel like I have never had self-discipline my whole entire life, and I'm finally starting to find it. And you guys have to realize the difference also between motivation and discipline. If you only ever did things for yourself when you have the motivation to do it, you will never get anything done, because no one, like, you rarely have motivation. But it's about discipline and just forcing yourself to do it, because you know you'll feel better after you do it, even if you don't want to do it in the moment. So I personally have been going through a weight loss journey since probably the end of like March, and now it's November, and I've lost around 40 something pounds. And I've been making myself go to the gym or go to a workout class like 3 days a week, and I'm eating healthier. And some days I really don't want to work out, but I see the progress and it's making me happy, and that I'm doing something for myself. So I just discipline myself and force myself to go. Same with making goals for yourself. If you are sitting there doing nothing for yourself, you are going to feel a little bit down on yourself and think like, what am I doing? So if you start small, make the smallest goal for yourself and just accomplish that, you will feel better about your day. Obviously, I didn't just do all these things on this list right away perfectly, and I still don't do all these things on this list perfectly or every single day. But it's about doing the best you can, and it's just things to think about to help you live a more positive life. Obviously, it's not realistic to do all of these every single day. But like I was saying, when you make those little goals, a small goal, for example, is I am going to eat a healthy breakfast today. And you make yourself in the morning, have some fruit, have a banana, have some eggs, something healthy. And even if that's the only thing good you did for yourself that day, you ate bad the rest of the day, you didn't do anything that day, You made a goal for yourself and you accomplished it. And I promise those will add up over time. If you just keep, and honestly, at first you should be making small goals, because if you just randomly, I'm like, okay, I'm going to make this goal, and you don't accomplish it, you're going to feel down on yourself. But it's because, yeah, you made this completely unrealistic goal at the start and you can't stick to that. So start small and start with things that you know you can easily do. Or like, I'm going to make my bed tomorrow morning, and just really just get up, make your bed. I'm so sorry about my dogs. They're so fucking annoying. Anyway, I just really want you guys to have self-discipline, make the goals for yourself, and when you make those goals, have the discipline to accomplish them. So the fourth thing on the list is prioritizing rest and alone time. So throughout high school, I literally never wanted to be alone. I always felt like I had to be with friends. I had to be with people. I was so unhappy with myself, and I felt like I had no value other than being with my friends. And so I feel like that played a role in why I was so unhappy in high school. I obviously had good memories and good times in high school, but I feel like overall I wasn't, definitely not as happy as I am now. So one of the main things that I do now is prioritize my rest and my alone time. I honestly love to be alone now. It really, my social battery honestly runs out. Like if I'm with people for too long, I'm like, okay, I need to go home and be by myself. And it took me, like I said, a while to get to this point, you guys. Like, I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be perfect. And you will all realize these things when you are, when you, on your own time, you will get there. And just, even if you only do one of these things that's on this list that I talk about, even if you only implement one of them into your life, and little by little, it will make a difference. I promise, promise, promise. If you guys would have known me a year ago or even in high school, and the people that did know me in high school that are still my friend now, you can attest that I am completely different and way happier and better off now. But and rest too, not just alone time, time to just rest and relax. Even if you're alone, you need the time to just lay down and relax and not be doing anything, not be watching a video that's making you anxious or like upset or doing things. You just need to rest. Sleep is so, so, so important for mental health. You should be getting, and everyone already knows this, like 6 to 10 hours a night. Obviously, you should be getting more than 6. You should be getting 8. But sleeping is really important for your mental health. And same with having your alone time. So, like I said, if you just can make sure that you are finding time in your day or even in your week, like I said, there's some days where you have a jam-packed day and you can't get that time alone. But if you just make time, even for like an hour once a week, where you're just alone and just doing things by yourself, that's also really how you get to know yourself. And I think getting to know yourself also plays a huge role in your happiness, because when you don't know who you are, you feel stuck, you feel lost, and I've been there 100%. So I think the more time you spend alone, the more time you will get to know yourself and find what you really like. And then when you find out what you like, you will start doing those things more, which will then make you happier in the end. So the fifth thing is putting your phone down / finding hobbies. If all you ever do is sit on your phone, which I am not perfect, I have such bad screen time, I'm always on my phone, that can play a role in your negative mindset. Also, things like TikTok and Instagram, like when you scroll, you're seeing a video that's happy, then you're seeing a sad video, then you're seeing like your emotions are all over the place. And that's really unhealthy. Human emotions like aren't made to switch like that and that fast. And also just like the screen is just like it's bad for your eyes, it's bad for a lot of things, and everyone already knows that you shouldn't be on your phone, but I just thought I'd add this to the list because it makes a difference. And not even the putting your phone down part, the finding hobbies part I think is more important, but when you're doing those hobbies, put your phone down and really put your energy and focus into the hobby that you're doing. And it also goes back to the last one I said about finding the things that you like to do and then start implementing them into your life, into your day, and doing them. So, some hobbies that I like to do, I love to color, I like to read, I love going on walks. I love just putting on my headphones, listening to music, listening to a podcast, whatever, and going for a walk. I love being outside. I love playing board games. I love shopping. Just anything that makes you happy to do, go and find it and do it. I think finding hobbies and things you like to do plays a huge role in living a more positive life, because when you find things that you're interested in and then you start doing those things, it's really fulfilling because you're like, wow, I'm doing something that I like to do. And when your brain realizes that, it is really, really helpful. And just continue to do those things. When you put your phone down and make time for the things in your life that you enjoy doing and are fun, do them. Even just like random, not even a hobby, like it doesn't even have to be one specific thing that you always do. It can just be like every once in a while you do a craft with your friends or your family or even by yourself, making friendship bracelets, anything. You can Google a million different things, like things to do when you're bored, paint, make a bracelet, go for a walk. Literally, there's so many things that you can do. Even if none of those things I just said applies to you, just get to know yourself and find a hobby that you like and start implementing it into your day-to-day life. The sixth thing I have is talk to somebody / therapy. And I know this doesn't work for everybody, but I truly, truly think everyone who's been thinking about it should definitely try it. And I feel like a lot of people with therapy, they try it once and they have a bad experience or a bad therapist and they brush it off and they're like, oh, therapy is not for me. But I promise you, right now, I am on my third therapist. My first one ghosted me, just randomly stopped responding to my emails. And my second one, just, I don't think she was qualified to be a therapist, if I'm being for real. Like, she was just so unprofessional, did not know what she was talking about. I would like tell her my problems. She'd go, oh, I'm so sorry. I wish I could give you a hug. And the first two were also on Zoom. This one that I see now, I see her in person and I really connect with her and I love her and she's amazing. But the second girl, it's like, I really wish I could give you a hug. I'm like, girl, you're not supposed to say sorry, you feel bad for me. You're supposed to give me tools to help me get through this. Like, whatever. So don't just disregard therapy after the first time and it doesn't work out. Your first therapist is not always going to be the one you immediately connect with. Oh my gosh, my dogs are so annoying. Anyway, your first therapist is not going to be the one that you always connect with. So if you've tried it and think it's not for you, I really encourage you to try again and find a different therapist, because my therapist has genuinely helped me so, so, so much. And it doesn't even, I put talk to somebody / therapy because it doesn't have to be a therapist. And I know that not everybody can afford to see a therapist. So even if you can confide in one of your friends or one of your family members or a teacher at school, a counselor at school, even if you have like online friends or internet friends, just anybody that you can talk to that you feel you can confide in and trust. I think it's very good to just talk to anyone in general. It is very, very unhealthy to hold stuff in and keep everything to yourself. And a lot of people, I feel like think that their problems don't matter or that no one will understand. But I guarantee you, if you just try it, especially with someone you trust and care about, just try opening up, and it really does make a difference. And I feel like talking to my therapist and talking to people around me about my struggles really helps, because then especially your therapist can tell you ways to help and things like that. And even a therapist or a friend, they'll like validate you and say, I understand what you're going through, and tell you that your emotions are valid, and everyone's emotions are valid, even if it's not valid to like some people are like, oh, that's not even a big deal, but like they're not in your head and it is a big deal to you and it's valid. So like I said, talking to somebody or seeing a therapist really is great. It's so great to express your feelings to somebody. The seventh thing on my list is support a healthy lifestyle. And I put in parentheses next to that, whatever that means to you. So, say a healthy lifestyle to you, say you're really worried about not getting enough sleep. So, making sure you're getting enough sleep, that's supporting a healthy lifestyle to you. Say you're really, really trying to gain weight. Okay, so take those steps to gain weight. For me, it is I'm trying to lose weight and I'm trying to better my mental state, which, okay, so support that lifestyle. I think this goes back to also the other one I said about making goals for yourself. Like, okay, I have this goal to lose weight. I have this goal to eat healthier. And so I'm sticking to that. And that is supporting the healthy lifestyle in a way that pertains to me. So I've been eating healthier. I've cut out fast food. I've been going to the gym, working out. And like I said, that's not for everybody. And that's not what healthy means to everybody. And I know the gym isn't for everybody. I know, but just whatever a healthy lifestyle means to you, or say you have like a drinking problem. Okay, so try and get help for that. Cut out the drinking, or you don't want to vape or smoke or do anything that you know is unhealthy. I think your mind and body go hand in hand. So I think if you're supporting a healthy lifestyle physically and you're doing things that are good for your body, like eating healthy foods, working out, drinking less, whatever, like I said, or sleeping more, whatever I said, or whatever it is to you that you want to improve in your life that pertains to your body, I think if you start implementing those things, that'll help you be more positive with your mental state, because you are supporting a healthy lifestyle and your mind and body go hand in hand. And that's probably the hardest one on this list to do, because we are creatures of habit as humans. We like routine. We like to do what we've been doing. So if you are like eating fast food every day, vaping every day, like those things are very addicting and hard to break. But I used to vape and smoke weed and do all that stuff. And I've been sober for a year now, I think. Well, I haven't vaped for longer than a year, but I haven't smoked, and I don't drink, and I haven't smoked in like a year. And I feel so much better mentally now that I am not doing any of those things, which if you guys, again, want to keep doing those things, I'm not telling you to stop that. I really am emphasizing whatever it means to you to live a healthy lifestyle. But I really think if you start doing things for your body, it will help you in the long run live a more happy, positive lifestyle. Number 8 is gratitude. And I have this with all caps, exclamation points. Expressing your gratitude is huge. Just saying it to yourself, saying it in your head, saying it to others. I actually have written down next to it, spread love and help others. If you just express how grateful you are every day, and not even every day, sometimes if you forget, it's totally fine. I don't say my affirmations every single day, but I really try to. It is huge, being grateful and expressing your gratitude and showing that you're grateful goes again hand in hand with the positive talk, and what you put out into the universe comes back to you. If you are expressing how grateful you are for the things you have, you will get that positive energy returned to you. Even if you think, oh, my life is so bad, like I have no friends, whatever, you can always, always, always find something to be grateful for. Let's say if you have pets, okay, at least I have a pet that loves me and I love them. If you ate, some people don't even, obviously everyone knows this, but some people don't even have access to a house or clean food and water. Like, even if you think everything is crashing around you, be thankful you have access to food and water. You have a family. Just obviously, I'm grateful for way more things than that. And I'm sure most of you are too. But just if you can't think of anything, if you're having a really bad day and you can't think of anything that you're grateful for, even the small things like being able to have access to water, just express gratitude. It is huge. And express your love to other people. I literally think the key to life and the key to happiness is love. If you're out in public and you see a stranger, compliment that stranger. Tell them their hair looks nice. Tell them whatever you want, and just be kind to other people. Spreading kindness makes a huge difference in my mood and my day. I like to put a smile on other people's faces. And same goes to being negative. If you're judging people, my biggest pet peeve, one of them, is when people judge people on their looks. It's like they cannot help the way that they fucking look. So stop being a rude asshole and mind your business. So many people are like, oh, what is that person wearing? Oh, what is this? I'm not perfect. Like I said, I've just recently I've been having this more positive mindset and everything, like less than a year ago, maybe about a year. Like I am really just implementing these things now, but I have not always been perfect and I'm still not perfect. But I always catch myself when I'm doing something and I'm like, they're literally just living their life, doing their thing. And I hope you guys, if you catch yourself judging people for no reason, you really think like, what the hell am I doing? They're just living their life. Stop being miserable and worry about yourself. So yeah, going back, don't be rude. Don't bring other people down. Don't be rude to workers at a restaurant or a store. Just be kind. Ask strangers how their day is going. Compliment people. Even if you have social anxiety or you are nervous to talk to people, you don't even have to say it to a stranger. Say it to a friend. Say it to a family member. Just give someone a compliment. Spread love. Spread gratitude. And you will be happier, guaranteed. The ninth thing on my list kind of goes with the not judging people. It is be open minded. This is something I've really, really changed. I used to not be so open minded, and I think being open minded is huge. You really have to look at all sides of every story, because you just never know what someone else is going through. For example, now that I've been losing weight, some people come up to me and they're like, wow, like you look so good. And I know they mean it as a compliment, but what if I had like a terrible eating disorder and I was losing all the weight in such an unhealthy way? And people are coming up to me saying, oh, you look so good, and just validating that. So just to be open minded, there's a lot of other compliments you can give someone based on the way that they look, or not. You can give people compliments not based on the way that they look. So I think that being open minded and thinking about like how the other person's feeling and putting yourself in the other person's shoes will make a huge difference. And not even just about like what you tell people, like giving people compliments and stuff like that. Be open minded with everything in your life. Try new things, try new foods, try going to new places, meeting new people, and being open to what other people around you have to say. Your opinion is not the only opinion, and your opinion is not the only right opinion. So just be open to listening to other people. And like I said, I think the key to life is love. And we're all just humans on this earth, just experiencing things for the first time. So be open-minded, be gentle with people. Um, I think it's really important. And when I was saying about like judging people's outfits, like be open-minded, like, okay, well, that person that you think is dressed weird or dressed ugly, whatever, probably thinks the same about you. Probably is like, oh, well, I don't like her outfit either. So it's like, and you wouldn't want anyone saying anything bad about you or commenting bad stuff on your social media or whatever. So just be open-minded. Think about other people other than yourself. I think when you're really self-centered, it can cause you to have a lot of hate in your heart because you're just so worried about yourself that you don't think about your actions and how they affect other people. So, yeah, another big thing to living a more positive lifestyle is to be open minded, try new things, meet new people, and just don't judge a book by its cover. Just get to know people and listen to what people have to say and don't just judge them right away and listen to what they have to say. The 10th thing is read positive books / follow positive accounts online. I'm going to start with the online because, as we all know, social media can be a very negative space. And there's a lot of negative things happening in the world also all the time. And so I think following accounts that are motivational or self help or give you some positive things to think about or listen to helps because, again, it all goes back to truly what you put out into the world comes back to you, and also what you take in plays a role in how you think, and then how you think is what manifests into reality. So I think that if you follow positive accounts, that will help your online experience be more positive and will help you have a better mental health, because when you see all the bad stuff that's happening in the world, bad stuff on the news, like it really does affect your mental state. So, and also positive books. There's so many self-help books, positive books, even reading in general. Reading really helps your helps you be more open-minded because you learn so much when you read. I used to absolutely hate reading, but when you find books that you actually like and are really interesting to you, you will love it. And so just implementing more sources of positivity obviously would make sense. It would help you be more positive. So even if you don't want to buy a book, following positive accounts online, that's free. Or if you have a library near you, go to the library. And I'm pretty sure, at least at my library, checking out a library book and signing up for a library card is free. So go check out a positive book, and I promise you it will help. Number 11, go outside. I cannot stress this enough. I live in Illinois, so it's cold in the wintertime and it's not always so fun to be outside in the freezing cold, but especially when it's warm and you can, even when it's cold, I still go outside. I'm always hot as a person. I'm always warm. So I'll still go outside in the winter, but going outside is huge. It is really crucial. I don't do this if I'm being completely honest, but a lot of people say it's really important to get sunlight like first thing in the morning. It's really important to get vitamin D, spend that time in the sun, spend that time in the fresh air. It's also really good to ground yourself. If you go barefoot in the grass and just be in nature, being outside, being in nature, being in the fresh air, it helps. I obviously, some people who have depression and anxiety, it is an actual chemical imbalance in their brain and they do need medication. And I do think if you need medication, you should get the help you need and get on that medication. But I also think some people will just try anything try anything before actually just removing the unhealthy things in their life. Like, I sometimes think people use medication as just like a band-aid, and they don't actually find out like the leading cause of their issues. They just take the medicine to just think it's going to help, which that's not everyone. And I'm not saying it is everyone, but I guarantee you, if you're depressed or upset, try just going outside, spending some time in the sun and drinking water and just putting your phone down for a little bit and implementing more healthy habits into your life. Your mental health will get a little better. Going outside, I think, is huge to living a positive life. We're not made to be inside all the time. We are human beings. We're animals, damn near. Like, we're meant to just be outside, live life, have a good time. Getting time in the sun, vitamin D, fresh air, all of that is super duper important. So everybody, if you're watching this right now, go outside if you haven't been outside today. And the last thing on my list, number 12, is journaling / finding an outlet. I think I recently have started journaling, and I don't do it every day. Do not do it all the time. I want to start doing it more often though. But finding some type of outlet is so important. It kind of goes with the talking to somebody bullet point that I had. But if you don't want to do that, or if you feel better handling your problems not talking to people, journaling is great. It is awesome to write down your feelings, and then you can look back at them later on and realize your growth and say, wow, like, I really used to feel that way. And it's also good for manifesting. If you write down positive things, I think writing them down will help you bring them into reality. I like to write down my affirmations, say my affirmations, write down things that I want to happen in my life, manifestations, just writing things down. Even if you're not journaling about your feelings, just writing in general is really stress relieving. And I feel like everyone should try it, even if you don't want to do it all the time, or if you like decide to try it and it's not for you, then that's one thing. That's going with also my other bullet point. All of these go together, obviously, but being open-minded, just being willing to try it. If you don't like it, that's fine, but you can at least say that you tried. So just try journaling, try writing down how you feel. And journaling, there's not a specific way to journal. Like, you can do whatever you want, however you want. Also, I put / finding an outlet. If you don't want to write or don't want to journal, you can go sit in your car and just talk to yourself. You can set up your phone and record yourself talking and record your feelings. You can draw pictures based on your feelings. Just some type of outlet to express yourself is really important, because, again, like I said earlier, it's not healthy at all to just bottle up your feelings and keep them inside. It's really important to let them out, whether it's letting them out on a piece of paper or letting them out to another person. I think finding some type of outlet is super duper duper important. And those were my list of 12 things to help you live a more positive life. Again, like I said, all of these things might be super overwhelming, and you're like, holy shit, how the fuck am I supposed to do all these things in my life and make my life better? And the answer is, you're not going to, and no one expects you to. Even if you can just add one of these things every once in a while. And you can also always come back to this podcast if you need a refresh about this list. But even if you just implement one thing here and there, adding these things, eventually you will be happier, I guarantee. And I'm talking from experience. Like I said, a year ago at this time, I was miserable. And if you told me that I would be losing the weight and I would be so happy mentally, I would be like, you're insane. But here I am, and I could not be happier. So I hope that this list can help you guys as much as a lot of these things have helped me. And don't you forget that at the end of each episode, I'm going to give you guys a piece of advice based on what the episode was about. So, this piece of advice I have today is also a quote. And there's a massage place in the town that I live in, and I've only gotten one massage in my life. And it was at this place, and in the lobby of the massage place, I don't know what the fuck massage, it's not a store, whatever, the place, they had a little jar of positive little messages and quotes, and you could just pick one at random. And I picked one, and this was literally like over a year ago, and I still keep this quote in my purse because I think it's really, really an important one. So here is the piece of paper. The quote is on the paper, and it says, "Believing good things might come out of bad times doesn't mean that what's happening now doesn't hurt." And there's another part to that, but I just want to unpack that part first. So, believing good things might come out of bad times doesn't mean that what's happening now doesn't hurt. So, obviously, let yourself feel whatever emotion you're feeling in the moment. It's not healthy to just brush things off, but you can still acknowledge the fact that this situation was meant to happen to you for a reason, and it was meant to teach you a lesson and meant to help you in some way, shape, or form. And it still hurts, and acknowledge that it still hurts, but you can still believe that it was meant to happen to you for a reason. It's either going to help you grow, it's going to teach you a lesson, something. And then the second part of it is positivity isn't a panacea, but it helps. And I didn't know what that word meant, panacea, so I looked it up, and it means, well, I looked it up when I first got this piece of paper, and it means a solution or remedy for all difficulties. So it's saying positivity isn't a remedy or solution for all difficulties, but it helps. And that's exactly what I kind of want you guys to get out of this episode is, obviously life gets in the way and life happens, and it's normal. No one is happy 100% of the time, and it is normal to have bad days. It is normal to be upset sometimes, and you should allow yourself to feel those feelings. But implementing these things into your life will help. It's not a remedy for all difficulties, but it helps. So with that quote, I just want you guys to remember that whatever you're going through is happening to you for a reason. I've gone through so many things, so many friendship problems, grieving death in my life. Whatever you're going through, you will get better. You will come out of it stronger and happier than you were before. And all of these things are unrealistic to do every single day. And I know that, and I understand that. But coming from someone who has been in a very, very dark place and now is out of that, I wanted to give you guys a list of things that worked for me and helped me shift my mindset a little bit. I hope you enjoyed that quote and that piece of advice. And I hope you also enjoyed this episode. I am so excited to make more for you guys. And I hope you keep tuning in. Have such a great day. Have a great night, whatever time or day you're watching this. And I will see you guys on the next episode. Bye.